Good morning. This is another session of Piping Hot Frags with, you guessed it, Duffy. How you guys doing this morning? Hope you're having a good day, woke up pretty well, or maybe you're just waking up and you need something to wake you up. Well, that's what I'm here for, you know? So, let's get into this. I'm going to go do a brief overview real quick, and then we'll jump into the different topics in the gaming universe that is. So right now, first on my list is Heroes of the Storm. Got something about that. No Man's Sky. Interesting update on that. Grand Theft Auto 5. Got a little update on that. Little something about COD coming down the pipe. So that's going to be kind of interesting to talk about. We got something about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It's my favorites. It's a little about Steam, just in general about Steam. And then a little something about Valve got coming out. And then Destiny 2 is going to hit my radar. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Let's get into this. Yeah. So Heroes of the Storm. I'm not sure if you guys play it or not. Me myself, I've only played it a little bit. It's not exactly one of my favorite types. I've played. I don't like League either. I mean, it's kind of the same thing to me. But don't say that to the people that play either one, because you'll get flame ward real quick, I guess. Yeah. Let's not get into that. So, here's the Storm. They have this map, I guess, that didn't really work out so well. How the fuck you say this? Hanamaru. I don't fucking know. If they named it fucking Georgetown, I could say that, But no, they gotta get all freaking creative with their fucking names. So, I'll probably get flamed for, making fun of the name or whatever. Anyways, it's based off an Overwatch fucking themed map. Wasn't working out so well. After numerous attempts to try to fix it and shit and balance it, players were still fucking confused on what to fucking do. And it seemed more beneficial just to rush the point and, go through the fucking lanes and push for the keep kill instead of delivering the package. Or payload, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so instead of pushing objective, they just push fucking kill and you win. Also, along with that, the Mercenary, which is the instant takeover for fucking points of a point, the perk for the Mercenary camps. The whole bribe feature ability was overpowered and OP as fuck, basically. So yeah, that was kind of broken too, they're saying. So they took the map down, I guess, for now. You can still kind of get your fix for that kind of gameplay if you play Overwatch, I guess, or custom match. But other than that, they said they're going to take it down, but it's going to be removed from the Battleground rotation for all normal game modes, and the team's going to work on improving and fixing the map's problem. So chances are they'll come back. I don't know. I mean, I'm not perfect. They're not perfect, so maybe they'll fix it. They notice there's problems, so chances are they'll fix it. That's the hope, I guess, for people that actually enjoyed the map. So let's go with that. Maybe they'll fix it for you guys that actually enjoyed that. Moving into No Man's Sky. Wow. This is kind of one of those. It hits me in that spot where I don't want to talk about because it's almost as bad as sneaky late night uncle coming into your bedroom. You don't want to talk about it. Well, that's what No Man's Sky to me is, because I feel really violated and wronged by this game in so many ways. It's just hard to describe. So, No Man's Sky, if you guys are not aware, is one of the biggest fucking lying sacks of shit fucking developers, Hello Games, ever to fucking bless our fucking goddamn Steam, ever. I mean, holy shit. I mean, the trailer was amazing for the game. One of my buddies threw up the trailer, said, "Oh, this looks cool." And so I instantly pre-ordered because it was just so fucking amazing looking. There was all kinds of different features and stuff like that, and just without getting into the nitty-gritty details, there was hundreds of features shown in the trailers. When the game released, I'd have to say like 80% of those features were missing. So there was that. It's one of the first games that Steam actually did massive refunds for. And actually kind of sparked the whole refunding with Steam thing. So, yeah, you can thank No Man's Sky for refunds with Steam. I mean, it existed before, but I think this really is the one thing that sparked the whole refunds afterwards, that kind of type deal. So, anyways, No Man's Sky has got a expansion coming out for free, and with that, there's a patch update, 1.3, and the reports I'm getting are kind of looted. I'm not really getting this. But I guess they're going to be improving story mode and adding the ability to quick travel between locations using portals. Now, the way everything was worded from what I read all across the interwebs, I'm not sure if that's coming out in the patch or if that's coming out in this expansion. This patch is to prep for the expansion. I don't know. It's due out some time this week. I don't have an official release date on it. So if you're a big No Man's Sky or you feel like you got gypped out of the $60 and you want to give it another chance, well, maybe after this expansion or whatever, it'll be worth or valid trying to play it. Who knows? I feel like I got gypped, so anytime they add new shit, I kind of go back and give it, I'll give it a half an hour's worth of gameplay just to see if it's gotten any better, because I wasted $60 on this piece of shit game. Thanks. Steam and its goddamn no refunds after 2 hours of fucking gameplay. It's just kind of bullshit, It's like, alright. I understand that, you're gonna end up playing a game and realize this game is shit. But for a game like No Man's Sky that had all these other features in it, but it takes so long to get to those features, how do you even know within 2 hours of gameplay when it takes progressive, like, say, 10 to 15 hours to even get to where those features are supposed to be? And so, like, for Steam to have a blanket cause of 2 hours, basically, 90% of the times, if you're over 2 hours, they're not going to refund you your money. Just forewarned, because I've tried it many times. Yeah. Another example was, not Starvation. I can't remember. Started with an S. I can't remember. The stupid fucking game. Substain. I think it was Substain is what it is. And, or Subsistence or some shit like that. Another game where it's a progressive game. You have to work your way up the ladder. And so you don't really know until you get X amount of hours in game. And by that time, Steam's... You already played the game for too long, dude. You can't get your money back. You're screwed. It's like, well, fuck me. I'm going to make a game with a 2-hour loading screen, and by the time you get in game, you're not even going to know that it's a piece of shit before, it's got 2 hours of loading screen. What are you going to do about that, Steam? It's only $100 to throw a game down on the market. Well, shit. If I put each one up for $10, that's real easy to recoup that money. Let me tell you. I'm sure people would risk $10 on a piece of shit game with a 2-hour loading screen. Anyways, there's that. So there's Portal and more functionality to the storyline, I guess, for No Man's Sky. Check it out if you're interested. Whatever. No biggie. Moving on. Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5, with this new update, it's getting, this is live update. It's got a rad new machine gun equipped truck, so that's cool. You got that going for you. They just keep adding more shit with weapons that fly and that destroy stuff, and it's like, you're gonna run out of shit to blow shit up. Because there's only so much shit that can be blown up or blow shit up. You can only strap weapons to so much. What's coming next? A surfboard with a minigun? Come on. Yeah, I'm talking to you guys, Rockstar. No, that's cool. I understand. You gotta maintain your audience. Anyways, it adds a variant to the game's Overtime Rumble adversary mode. It's called Overtime Shootout. So there's that. It's a turn-based version of a target range mode. So there you go. So they'll use your vehicles to try to score the highest score. Take turns, whatever. So yeah, that's available from now until August 14th. And you can bag double GTA bucks and Rockstar points. So check that out if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Let's see. You can also save 25% off mobile operations centers until then as well. So there's that. I'm not a big fan of, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of of GTA 5. It's just one of those games where, yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I spent, I think, $45 to $60 on it. I played through it a little bit, and I played with my buddies, and it's fun. But some of these guys that invest hundreds of hours into the online play, it's like, Okay. That's my personal opinion, though. I'm not judging. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, we all have our opinion. What's gameplay? What's our preference? You got the MMOers, the RPG types, you know. You guys that strictly just do solo play that do not like multiplayer. I mean, so there's that. And I mean, think that's why we game is we want our own kind of. I don't want to say version of reality because that sounds like you're demented and you just kind of want to escape from the world. But in a sense, that's kind of what we're doing. We just want to create our own world and want to experience new things in our own surroundings. And so that's one of the things that I think that gaming does is allows us to do what we want to do and how we want to do it. So, you know, do what you want to do. If that fucking shoe fits, boo-boo, lace that bitch up and wear it. Moving on to Call of Duty, we have a documentary coming out for Call of Duty. Yay! Somebody decided to do a Call of Duty documentary. It's from the studio Devolver Digital. This publisher, yeah, it's I guess it's on a couple different fucking like indie shits and whatnots, and so yeah, they're gonna explore. They're gonna do a 93-minute deal, featured length, fucking that explores the war series rise, the popular video game hood of Call of Duty. There's a 1.5-minute long trailer. I didn't feel like adding it to this and showing it to you guys because, well, it sucks. It's basically just a bunch of office pukes talking about the game. So the trailer really doesn't do anything, and I don't know how they're gonna do 93 minutes on Call of Duty specifically. There's a lot of stuff that goes into Call of Duty. That's you know, the development aspects, but you know, part of me goes, how much of it's going to be fucking lies? Because if you look at the technology that developed and you looked at the way the engine evolved, you know, there was way more development than how the engine evolved around gameplay. And so it's like, oh yeah, we held back these features this year that were invented, you know, for 2 years before we implemented them, so we could have new content for the next year. You know, they're probably not going to say that in the documentary, but realistically, that's what happens with all these franchise games. You look at the soccer game, you look at the football game, you look at the hockey game, you look at these goddamn shooter games. The mechanics of like wall running, the mechanics of vaulting, the mechanics of blowing buildings up. I mean, shit, there's all kinds of different mechanics that we've added over the years. But some of these mechanics were developed a long time ago. And they could be they've been shown to be implemented before times. I mean, so these developers that didn't implement them right away, what was the whole point? It's like, oh, well, we didn't implement it so we could have something new next year without working our asses off. That's what it was. It's just their way of being lazy. That's okay. I mean, you know, hold back some shit for yourself. That's okay. We understand. But we want new cool shit. Talking to you, Battlefield. Blow some damn buildings up already. Make it into a Battlefield if you're going to call it Battlefield. Goddamn. I keep picking on Battlefield every single show, I think. I don't know. I just want to, you know, if you're going to name your game Battlefield, I just want it to look like a battlefield at the end of the game. Like, there should be almost nothing but rubble piles blocking from one side of the map to the other side of the map. Building falls down, makes rubble pile, and that's what you got left to hide behind, because you hid behind the building and somebody blew the building up. Get rid of the damn jets. I don't think we need jets. It's like the tanks. Nah, I can go with the tank. The APC, shit like that, yeah, I can go with that. Do we really need jets in a map? I think it just takes away from gameplay on the ground. But whatever. Yeah, I digress. Anyway, so yeah, you'll have a documentary about Call of Duty. If that interests you, watch it. If it doesn't interest you, I don't know. Don't watch it. Just ignore it. Just etch a sketch this whole last fucking 3 minutes of your life. Just fog it out, dude. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. Man, that's my jam. I love that game. It got a nice chicken dinner the other night. It went on a, what was it, 5-kill streak with the goddamn M24. Silencer, man. Deadly. Through the bushes. Don't mess with me. I love that gun. Anyways, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds has deployed its 20th week patch to its test servers ahead of, going live with the damn patch right away, like some companies end up doing. I'm not going to name names. with it comes a typical, host of bugs and optimization tweaks that need to happen to implement a patch. I mean, because that's what patches do, is they fuck with shit. In the test environments, for some reason, the test environments work perfectly. Then you take it into the test servers, the actual, the semi-live servers, and stuff goes a little wonky. Well, that's what they've had. So they were hoping to fix the bug that for people to have to stand before crouching after proning. They fixed that. They fixed a bug that prevented guys from rebinding their unarm key to an alternative one. So they fixed that. Character animations while using throwables in the prone position have now been improved. I'm not sure if that's a really big one to care about, but hey, it's part of immersion, so fuck it, yeah. Who am I to say what they should and shouldn't improve upon? Goddamn. Has a default wrist position on the vehicle steering wheels. I guess so. You look like you're steering in first person. So if you drive in first person, that's kind of a big deal, actually. Yeah. Sadly, the bug that disabled your voice chat on Starter Island. Yeah, that was a good one. So it used to be that it bugged out, and so you didn't have to listen to all the fucking chuds in Starter Island. Well, unfortunately, that bug's been fixed. Damn it. Because who else knew that? The just these. Ah, God, if you have never listened to a general lobby, I think everybody should experience what a general lobby is at least once in their life. It's quite amazing, and it's one of those things that is it's one of those. Until you experience it, you can't really talk about it. I guess you just don't know the feeling of having this incoherent babble going on next to you, and the ludicrous things that are said in general chat when the enemy is there, of being online and being this random call handle that nobody can track down if you say their mother's a whore and you were banging your dog last night or whatever. I can't even go. Some things just can't even be repeated that you hear in these general lobbies. They're so bad. I mean, if you think what I just said is horrible, that's the tip of the iceberg. General lobby chat. It's one of those things that you probably should just mute for the most part, unless you can handle some severe messed up shit. Because there's some messed up people online, and there's some messed up people in these general lobbies, and it's funny when their moms actually bust them. Because there's some YouTube videos on that. If you want a good chuckle, go check out YouTube. Mom bust kid talking shit online or whatever. It's hilarious. What the hell are you saying, Jimmy? Mom, it's online. It doesn't matter. I don't care if it's online. You show some respect to people. Those are other human beings. Okay, Mom, I'll stop shit talking. Whatever, yeah. There's that. So that bug was fixed, unfortunately. So whatever. Cool thing. Now when you're dead, you can see the updates done to the map. Used to be that you can't. Now you can. So, you're not just out of the fight 100% of the way when you die. You can still kind of act as Overwatch and, help your buddies and whatnot. So that'll help, So there's that. And then that pretty much does it for the updates on that one. That's Pub for you. I love that game, man. Pub is fun. And just on a side note, if you pick up a purple miniskirt, it's worth like $300 and something on the Steam market right now. That's retarded. So yeah, if you want to make some money, go over to Pub. Hope to get that pink, purple miniskirt or whatever. It's like $350 on the Steam market. I don't know what it's on Player Skins, but who knows. Moving on, Steam. Steam had this thing, the green light projects going on, where you could players would vote up and down on video games that wanted to release on the Steam platform, and they got swamped with all these indie games and all these shitty games and shit like that, and there was just so much shit that was slipping through the holes. And so the whole green light project was just axed. They fuck it. There's too much shit getting onto us. They're still having this influx of games. And they're like, you know what, fuck it, we'll change it. We'll go to charging publishers $100 flat fee just to post their game on here. Well, it didn't really help either. Game releases is still increased 82%. That will happen. The $100 barrier was supposed to fucking prevent the flow of games, but come on, he's charging $5 to $10. A couple of copies on a platform that's around the world by anybody can see it. Doesn't take that much. I mean, you can make that money back real quick. So, unfortunately, Steam might have to think of something else to kind of weed out the shit games, I guess. I don't know. Since 2013 to 2016, though, we've seen a 7-fold increase of games hosted or released, should I say, on their platform. Just from 2015 to 2016 alone was a 1.4 times increase. So, it seems like we're on par to beat that number for this year, being so it's at 82% right now, and we're only at August. And October and September haven't hit, which for you guys that don't know, usually end of September, early October is the announcements, if not release, of a bunch of games normally. So we'll see what happens there in October and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, who knows? Who knows what's going to go on with that? It's one of those. I always wanted to put a game out there. Simple RPG, I did a little coding back in high school. And I've looked at, you can buy the RPG Studio. It comes on sale for like $20 occasionally. It's like 100 and something bucks or whatever on the Steam market. And so I've thought about, making my own. I made one back in high school in VB.net, and it was kind of cool. You moved a little picture around on the screen, it'd go to certain points, and it'd simulate a battle, and then you'd have health points you'd have to go to, and then there'd be random events just because you walked X amount of distance, and it had a counter in there, and every so many steps, it had a random algorithm that every so many steps that it chose between here and there, that would be a random incursion, and of that random incursion, between X amount of random number and X amount of random number, it'd make either a bad or good incursion, and how bad or good was divided by another. I was really into random number generation back then, and so everything was based off of random numbers. It was a really cool game, I thought, until I had to start whittling down the random number so it wasn't so random. It was a random number between X and X, because either shit wouldn't happen or shit would happen too much. So random number is not exactly so awesome until you realize that you actually need some control. You need parameters for the random number to make something actually viable. And yeah, it was a work in progress, and eventually I abandoned it because the teacher gave me an A, and so I never finished it because the A on the project was something to do with random numbers. And got an A on the project, said fuck it. But then again, my programming teacher, he was really funny. He didn't like that he gave me an A on a test, and the test was to use a call function to do a certain functionality. And so he gave a set of parameters he was going to test the functionality of the program on. And I was like, well, fuck, why even write the call function when I can write a couple if-then statements and copy them and just put in the variable he's going to check. And I'll make it spit out the value he's going to do. And so he gives me an A on the test, and then he goes back and checks my code later on. He's like, never again. I'm going to dig through the code before I even grade your shit anymore. Because he had saw that I just put, and he gave me the test values. He said it right there. He's like, these are the values I'm going to check. And I'm like, well, I'll just make checksums for those goddamn values, and you'll be okay. I'll get an A. So, yeah, working the system, that's part of life, I think, within reason, moving on. Valve is making a Dota card game to release in 2018. What? Yeah, that's right. You heard me. So for those who like the card games, it's coming out. That's big news. A little tiny trailer for you. So sit back, grab your popcorn. It's actually really not that long. Here you go. See what you think of this. Artifact. That's the name. Dota card game. As you can read. That's about it. Enough said. 2018. That's all that's there. I mean, honestly, that's all that's known right now. It's basically everything I just said, but in a cool video. That was their official release. I don't know. That's almost as bad as some of the Blizzard videos that have came out. You know, this is coming. No specific date, just a year, and it's like, So there's that. Yeah, there's no notes really right now on what engine they're going to use. No notes on what the gameplay is going to be like. I mean, it's just there's going to be a Dota-based card game in 2018. It doesn't say which quarter, 1, 2, 3, or 4. You know, quarters 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so yeah, if you like Dota, if you're a fan of Dota and you've played for a while and you happen to like card games, like, oh man, you got Magic, you got Hearthstone. Yeah, those are really the two I've actually played that are really big online that I know of. And I'm really not even that big into either of them, but I know a lot of people are, I guess. I hear good things since I haven't been playing that much, but, you know, whatever. So yeah, if you're a big fan of that, like I said, Dota is going to be having a card game coming out, so yeah, I don't know, check it out. Next up is Destiny 2. Destiny 2 shows off what has been called the chaos of their PvP. I've just got a trailer. I don't have much info on it. No real stats given, but we have a pretty cool trailer, so get ready for it. Here it comes. Hope your team.
Into the crucible to fight, to crush, to conquer. Zone B captured. Show your enemy what a real fight looks like. Hunters blaze a path for the rest of us. Opponents down. It begins, Titan.
Push the tempo, push the tempo. Push the tempo, push the tempo.
Phenomenal! Your time is now, Warlock. Look at them fall. Bring it home, Guardians.
Pre-order Destiny 2 and get the exotic rifle Cold Heart.
And I'm not sure how big of a fan I am of fucking Bungie. With this whole, there it goes, it goes away. They, instead of making a comprehensive anti-cheat engine type deal, a big thing that they're going to do is just, They're going to lock the game down so third-party software can't interact with it. Now, this means broadcasters like me and other people that like to, stream or do other things, we're not going to be able to unless it's in window mode. And unfortunately, in FPS's, window mode sucks. A lot of times we rely for a flick shot, you to hit that barrier and then to snap back over for a flick shot. So you can all the way over and then back over type deal. If you do that in a window mode, your mouse goes over to your other monitor, and now your mouse has to travel back. So you're going on and off screen, looking down or anything like that. You can click your home bar. There's other problems that occur with being in windowed. Some people with lesser GPUs can't do it. I don't foresee that to be a problem with Destiny 2 because it's a console port, basically. Not to say that it's not going to be good quality, but if it can run on a console, I'm pretty sure there isn't going to be much problems running on a PC. Just saying. So I look forward to what comes of Bungie's new game, Destiny 2. I run PC, so I haven't played it yet. Obviously, there's a lot of people already streaming it out there. I guess if I wanted to do a third-party capture device or use Shadow Play, I could capture it that way. But, why do we have programs like OBS and XSplit and Fraps and other capturing devices if you can't use them, right? And that's where I'm going to end my segment today. I'm going to end on that. And, I'm going to give you some words of wisdom here, and it's, make sure to oil your beard. It's a very important thing. If you don't use the essential oils, it can get cracked, it can break, get brittle, So, beard oil, very important. It also smells good, Some of us forget to shower from time to time, not myself personally, but some people do. And like Simon, who isn't here, that stinky bastard. If you oil your beard, it gives off a nice aroma, and so to other people, you might not smell good, depending if they're close enough to smell your beard or not. But at least to yourself, that aroma will come up, and you will smell good to yourself. You won't be able to smell your own stink. So, words to live by from DeFinley: oil your beard if you have a beard. If you don't have a beard, I don't know what to tell you. Keep on trucking, I guess. DeFinley out. Peace.